Hello there, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be your general reading for the second half of April 2019. If you are new here, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac readings with tarot cards, which you probably already know because you're here and you're watching this. But I also do Mondays. I post a video every Monday on a metaphysical topic of some sort, which I'm open to suggestions. If you have something you'd like to learn about, please definitely comment that below. I will include a link to the playlist for Metaphysical Monday in the description box below. Without further ado, I have a couple more shuffles for you, Taurus. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to mention this is a general reading. So I'm going to be connecting to energies all over the place. There will be messages for multiple people. So if something doesn't resonate for you, it's meant for somebody else. So please take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind for them. All right, last shuffle for Taurus. Bottom of the deck is going to be our overall energy for the reading since we don't have a question to work with. And we have the 10 of Cauldrons. All right, so we have some happiness going on right now for you, Taurus. Okay, so happy times, happy times. Let's see, what else do we have for Taurus? This is going to be a good reading. The Emperor. The Emperor. All right. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Why did the... Okay. For some reason I had this like this. It's strength. I didn't notice that until I just saw it, so we're using it. But I can't remember if it fell out of the deck. I wasn't paying attention, but somehow it landed in my hand right here. So we have strength. Fabulous, fabulous, fantasticness. Okay. So we have the Emperor and we have strength. So first thing I notice in these cards is right here and right here. So the sky isn't dark like a night sky, but it isn't bright like a daylit sky either. So I feel like the interpretation that I'm getting from this is that it's either full sun or full moon. I mean, it could be one is the sun and one is the moon. But it seems like it's at dusk. It's like a moon rising kind of feeling. So I feel like this is going right along with our 10 of Cups, our bliss card, if you will. But the Emperor, there, I feel like there's, I don't feel like it's a person. I feel like it's more of an internal shift for you. Something spiritually, something within you that is kind of taking charge of your own life. The Emperor is, I mean, he's higher than the king. He's magnanimous, if you will. But he is, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to find a word for like strong-willed, but not stubborn, that doesn't have a negative connotation. Like he's a badass. We'll just say that. There you go. He's a badass. So positive masculine influence is what I see there. So you are kind of, you're not being wishy-washy. You're being kind of direct in how you want to live your life and how you want to view the world. And then we have the strength card that appeared between my fingers for some reason. It wanted to be seen, that's why. So then we have the strength card. So you're working your shit. You're coming into some strength, some I don't want to say strength, but I feel like we have I know that this isn't direct correlation to the traditional meanings of the cards, but I feel like we have strong feminine and strong masculine energy going on. I feel like we have a definite working of balance here going on in a strong way. I am doing this kind of way, in a determined way. That's the word that I needed. So I feel like we have a strong determination to be fully balanced and okay. It's just a strong okayness, like not a I'm forcing my opinions on people kind of way, not in a I'm I'm going to direct people on how they should live their life kind of way, but in a this is how I'm going to be, and I'm not apologizing for it kind of way. So I feel like some strong, you're working on yourself, you are taking care of yourself, and you're being strong in a way that embraces both your masculine qualities as well as your feminine qualities. Okay. Oh, stuff. Oh, I am shuffling my cards in a really different way right now. I can't look because they're face up. And it's so odd because they're face up and they're upside down, but I'm not going to stop. We're taking this card. The Hanged Man. Okay, the Lone Man, but it is the Hanged Man. And it is not in reverse. That's just how he is. And I feel like we have some another major arcana going on here. He's there, but if you look close, the first thing I'm drawn to is he's losing his stash there, you know, his pockets come undone while he is in a peaceful, kind of meditative, new perspective way. I feel like that it's time for a new perspective. And if you're not already doing that, I feel like for a lot of you, you're already noticing that your perspective is starting to shift. If you're not, it's time to start kind of viewing things from a different way. Maybe start using your left hand instead of your right hand or vice versa. But I feel like if you're not careful, you're going to lose your shit. Like it's going to cost you in some way if you're not careful. So make sure that before, okay, here's the message I'm getting now. It's very clear. Before you take a respite, which is not a word I use very often or ever, I've never used that word. Before you take a respite, make sure that you have things in order, so that when you come back to your awareness with your new perspective, that nothing has been misplaced in the process. So I feel like I'm getting a really strong message that somebody is going to be going out of town, or there's kind of a vacation, some type of being by yourself, not a family vacation, something you're going to do alone. But what I'm hearing is make sure it's there when you get back. So I don't know if there's something important to you that you are not going to be able to take with you. You need to secure it. Getting really strong messages here. Make sure everything is secure. That way, when you return from gaining your new perspective, you still have all the tools that you need. That sounds very vague, and I quite don't understand it myself, but those are the words that just came to me. So we're going with it. If that makes sense for you, please explain it in the comments, because that didn't quite 100% make sense for me, but that's how it was worded to me. So I repeat what I hear. We are uncensored here. So yes, that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. If you understand that, you know what it means, right? If you don't understand that, it wasn't meant for you, because I don't understand it. It's not meant for me, so I'm going to let that go, and you should too, if it doesn't make any sense to you. Okay. Let's get another card for Taurus. Okay. Temptation. So this is kind of, I'm not sure. I don't know the numbers of the majors. I really don't pay attention to the book meanings of the cards, because that's somebody else's intuitive interpretation of the card, and I go with what my intuition is telling me and what my guides kind of whisper in my ear. Not exactly, but kind of sort of. That's the best way to explain it to understand. But whatever is whatever jumps out at me is the message I'm supposed to receive. So this, I think, might be correlated to the Devil card, Temptation, but I get like Sneaky Snake and kind of Illusion. This might even be the Moon card. I don't know. It doesn't matter what card it correlates to traditionally. What I see here is Sneaky Snake and Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. So I feel like that kind of goes along with that cryptic message I got about making sure your stuff is secure before you take a respite, which is a word I don't ever use. I feel like there's something going on here, so that is explaining why you need to make sure your stuff is secure before you leave. So if you can't take something with you on a trip, make sure that you leave it in safe hands. Is what I'm getting from this. So you're owning your not personality. You're owning yourself right now. Like you're coming into your own, and you're progressing spiritually, and you need to get this new perspective, but don't be afraid to leave stuff behind. Just make sure that it's secured. That's the message I'm getting here. Okay, let's get some more cards for Taurus. Five of Rods. Okay, so we have some conflict going on here. It's kind of it's conflict, but I feel like it's not serious. It's a battle of wills. Thank you. A battle of wills is going on here. So what does this battle have to, where does this go? Let me get another card. Battling. Seven of Cauldrons. Okay, so we have some overwhelmedness. So I feel like the battle of wills is kind of with yourself a little bit. So your journey to becoming more self-aware is progressing, and this new perspective needs to happen, but I feel like you're a little bit too kind of caught up in what you should be doing. So I feel like this is a battle of wills with yourself. You're at war with yourself about what you should be doing and what should be motivating you, and where you should be headed. But I feel like that these two cards are kind of coming out together at me. So I feel like maybe there's an influence there that's kind of making you second guess where you're supposed to be, and it's making you kind of overwhelmed. You have too many choices, too many options. You're kind of sitting this one out and observing, not sure which cup to take. But I feel like it's because there's someone that is making you feel like you can't trust things. You can't trust life to provide for you what you need. You know, somebody is kind of making you feel, I feel like there's just this outside influence that is kind of making you second guess yourself and what you should be doing, even though you know you have it inside you. Somebody else is trying to influence you and make you feel overwhelmed and make you feel like the decision is hard, but it's not. The decision is easy for you. This is the first card that we have. This is our overall energy. The decision is easy. You go with the happiness. You go with what makes you happy. So whoever it is that is trying to, who is this temptation for Taurus? Somebody that you think you can trust. Somebody that sorry for the interruption. Apparently I didn't have as much memory on my card as I thought I did. So let's continue. So we have somebody that you thought you could trust. There's somebody, this influence that is kind of making you second guess yourself. It's somebody somebody that's helping you build. So it may not necessarily be intentional is kind of what I'm getting at this point. So maybe it's just not something that they realize they're doing. That could be true for some of you. It could also be true for some of you that it's on purpose. So let's get one more card for advice for Taurus. Advice. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the advice here is to kind of be generous with yourself. Pentacles are more earth energy, which you are familiar with because you are an earth sign. Oh, goodness, I'm throwing cards. The overall, it's generosity. It's being giving of yourself and sharing with others. Being of the kind of earthy feeling element. I would say it's more sharing of yourself, your money, but also it could be your time. So I feel like maybe contributing your time. Maybe this person that is kind of being a little bit underhanded could be just not necessarily knowing what they're doing, and they're just trying to get your attention. And I feel like that the time that you're spending with them is good for them. So I feel like spending time with everyone that you care about can maybe help you kind of see who this person might be. That is, you'll start to get more of a feel for whether or not it's intentional. And so I don't want to tell you be suspicious of everyone you're close to, because then, like, how are you going to live your life that way? But just be mindful of your of the people that you interact with, because there could be somebody that doesn't necessarily have the best intentions, or maybe you're empathing something off of them that they're really just trying to get attention from you, and they just really want your time and your energy. So I feel like the advice there would be to spend time with people, get to know their intentions a little bit better, start to feel their energy more, because for the ones of you that I feel is unintentional, I feel like maybe it might be an empathing type of situation where they're not very confident. And so you're kind of feeling that from them, and it's making you think that you need to second guess yourself. So, but for a lot of you, I feel like there's just some underhanded, sneaky bullshit going on. So, I hope you can kind of figure out who this is. If you already have in mind who this might be, then you're probably on the right track. So definitely just kind of be aware of your surroundings. Make sure when you do your kind of alone time to shift your perspective a little bit, make sure you're just a little bit secure. Make sure that you're not leaving things that you don't want bothered behind, or like if you're going away and you have people that you live with, just make sure like you lock your door or whatever, whatever makes you feel more secure about your kind of belongings is what I feel this is attaching to. So I hope that made sense, and I'm sorry for the interruption, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and check out the Metaphysical Monday playlist in the description box below. Thank you again, and as always, have a blessed day.